Last week, I took a sleeper train from Spokane, Washington to Seattle, Washington to buy this thing basically sight unseen. It has a bunch of electrical gremlins. There's like 4 different lights on the dash. I bought a very expensive consumer grade code scanner, and we're gonna go play with it and see if we could figure out what sensor and such is wrong. Let's go do that right now in a little bit more of a pretty location. Alright, here's the code scanner you saw me unbox in last week's video. Here's my OBD2 port. Turn on my scanner here. Maybe. Gotta create an account and update. Fortunately, we do actually have internet down here at the shop because it's nice to be able to look something up on your phone when you're trying to do diagnostics. Well, this is taking forever. The internet's faster at the cabin, so we're gonna head back over there even though it is just beautiful out here. It's downloading. Oh, that was just about instant. I think it was a good choice to come back up here. Now I gotta make an account. Well, I just learned that I got a free year included with this device of the VIP, but after that I will have to pay. So I'm gonna update everything now and probably update everything again in a year, and then probably never update anything ever again unless I get a new car, which I probably won't be getting a new car anytime soon. This is going to be time consuming. Oh wait, I have an IPA I've never tried before from Chainline Brewing Co. in Kirkland, Washington called the Trail Gnome IPA. Damn, that's not too bad. In fact, I might say it's pretty good. Now let's wait for all these updates to complete. Alright, you can't see me very well because it's gotten dark, but that green check mark right there means that it has been installed, the BMW DLC stuff. Alright, let's go to diagnostics. See, can it acquire the VIN automatically? While this thing was updating, I really did just kind of hang out on the porch there, and it was just kind of nice after the past few whirlwind of days that you saw in last week's video to just kind of relax for an evening as this thing updated. Nice, it was able to read the VIN once I turned on the ignition. It found everything correctly, looks right. Establishing vehicle communication. Alright, so we have all our options here: diagnosis, service, and vehicle profile. Let's go to diagnosis. Auto scan. Well, it's finding some stuff. Oh, here it goes. It's scanning the ABS and traction control. This is what we're really looking for here. It found some faults. Now it's scanning the airbag system. Found 6 faults with the airbag. Electric power steering. Wait, does this have electric steering? I had no idea this has electric steering. I'll have to fact check that in the edit. It is so far not found a module without a fault. Whose fault is that? Am I right? BMW. It's BMW's fault. Oh, no faults with the convertible soft top module. Let's go. That's our first pass. This is so freaking cool. And we're almost done. All right. Let's first look at our stability control. DSC sensor, lateral acceleration plausibility, and longitudinal acceleration plausibility. I wonder if this car has some sort of gyro in it that's gone bad. That could be very possible. Next, let's look at the airbag. Passenger seat occupancy detector and advanced crash safety module, passenger seatbelt catch contact. So it looks like it can't tell when the passenger seatbelt is buckled, and also the detector for whether there's a passenger in the seat has failed. That would make sense because the passenger airbag disabled light is always on. It's almost like I wonder if there's just a cable under the passenger seat unplugged. Oh, the general module still has a fault after I erased the codes. GM right spray nozzle heater circuit open. Does it have a heater for the washer fluid or something? This gives me some confidence that we have somewhere to look and try and fix. All right, I guess let's head inside, update this little Bluetooth dongle, and then I'm gonna hit the hay. So this thing, unlike most Android tablets, actually has a full-size USB port on it. So we will just hook that into the little adapter on the back. It looks like the update's a few bug fixes. All right, it's time for bed now. Tomorrow we're gonna be driving at least 60 miles, so putting more miles on the car while I'm over here. It really is my daily driver. I'll see you then. Well, it has been 8 hours for me, but just a few seconds for you, but I have a couple of things I want to check on to do with the airbag. It could just be that something came unplugged, so check the stupid stuff first, so we're gonna do that. So essentially there's just a few connectors under the seats, and I've already found one loose one right here, and we're gonna see what else it looks like. Oh, wait. This thing, this is the yaw sensor. This is the part that our code points to. This piece right here. It is supposed to be under the carpet and bolted down. If it's just rolling around in here, well then obviously it would cause an issue. And that would make sense that when you go around a corner, it's like, hey, I'm rolling across the floor. We've also got this cable that's just loose. It's probably supposed to be mounted somewhere. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff that's not plugged into it. That feels like it goes into there. I just still can't believe that this thing is just loose rolling around under here. This has been tampered with. Let's see if maybe this cable that was loose that I just plugged back in is possibly the seatbelt light that we were getting. Oh, hey. Passenger seatbelt catch contact is absent. So we did fix that. It was just that one little plug that I plugged back in. That's really good to know. Now we just have the issue with the passenger seat occupancy detector. Wait a second, this also goes up to the seat belt. I wonder if that could be for the seat belt retractor. And there's a different cable under here for the other thing. What's that cable? Wait, I found another loose cable. This one's a little harder to get to. I found another loose cable. Let's see where it fits in. We've got 3 prongs, but it looks like it has space for 6. It must go into here. Dude, if we just fixed our airbag light just like that, that would be awesome. Just 2 cables plugged in. Let's go scan it and see what happens. Advanced crash safety module absent. Erase codes. Our airbag light's gone. Let's start up the car and see if it stays gone. Dude, we just fixed our airbag. I was scared about that. That's awesome. Dude, we might have gotten a steal on this car. It kind of seems like the previous owner just didn't really try that hard, which is valid. That's kind of how I was when I sold my RSX, but we just fixed the airbag issue. This one does have a part number, like it's from a junkyard on it. It has some green writing. So it could be that it's already been tried to be replaced. There we go, I unplugged it. The connector looks good. Plug it back in. Make sure it's nice and tight. I doubt we got as lucky with this one, but it is obvious that it's been tampered with, so something's going on there. We're on the right track. So actually now it says that it's not even connected at all. Before it was just 2 of the things that weren't working, and now it's saying that none of them is working. Let's give the ignition a little restart here. Okay, so that was just because I unplugged and the other 2 codes showed up, but we're still getting the lateral and longitudinal acceleration. I think we're gonna shelve that one, considering I tried unplugging it, plugging it back in, it doesn't work. I think I am gonna have to source another one at some point, but I still can't believe we got the airbag fixed already. That was wildly easy. They must just come unplugged from vibration. Insane. There is one more thing. There was one more code on here. Yeah, GM right spray nozzle heater circuit open. So let's go check on the right sprayer nozzle. So apparently there's a heater in these so they don't freeze, I guess. Let's just try giving them a jiggle. So it still has the code for that one being open. So we probably just need to get that part and the other part under the seat, and I think we might have all of our issues except for the handbrake fixed. Once we get all the codes to go away by replacing modules, we're gonna have to source an airbox. I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, but yeah, that's just brilliant. All right, now I need to clean up my car so I can give my grandma a ride. Well, yeah, like I said, I've got to give my grandma a ride to dinner in it. We're going to Taco Tuesday, and well, she of course wants to ride in the fun car. And now she'll be safe as well. All right, and $86 later, a new sensor is on the way. And another 30 bucks later, we have our windshield washer heater nozzle. So if these fix all the codes, then we can move on to trying to fix the handbrake. I haven't done any research on that. Oh, the first part of driving a convertible, if you're like me at least. Oh good, the 12-volt port in this car does not work.
What's that telling you?
Buckle up.
Oh yeah, that's what I was impressed.
Oh, and I already fixed the airbag, so you are safe.
Oh, what in the world was wrong with it?
It was just a couple connectors under the seat unplugged.
Oh my gosh.
I was gonna say, is it a beer?
Your pictures sometimes you take when you're driving down the
Yeah.
road, that drone is a long ways away from you.
That was interesting.
Yeah, what was it?
That was the traction control being confused. Because I saw a light flashing,
Oh,
but also the lights aren't on. Like,
Why?
usually the lights come on.
in what way was it confused?
It thought we were sliding, and so it was trying to lock, yeah, see, it's trying to lock up the left wheel because it thinks we're sliding. Let me just pull over and pull that sensor out completely. We're gonna have to get out, it's under your seat. Let's see, it's this thing.
So what did you do?
I unplugged the sensor that's bad under your seat.
Oh,
It's that accelerometer sensor that detects like when the car's sliding and it's throwing bad values. And I guess on this ride, it must not have been bad enough to trip the auto detection, but it was bad enough to lock up the front left tire. I'll just leave it unplugged until I get the new one. That was my grandma, and she seemed to think the car was fine. Which I guess, what more can you ask for? But I think we are gonna rock this with the top down and see if the heater can keep up, because there is a good heater in here. And I do not need to reapply sunscreen. I also don't know how well the headlights work, so we are gonna learn about that. I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm warm right now. I'm having way too much fun, dude. I love this car. I can grab myself a treat. Let me grab my treat. Yeah, I know, I'll get my keys. Oh, this car is fun, man. Oh, I've missed having a sports car. I mean, if you can call the RSX a sports car, then I miss having a sports car. Otherwise, I'm just happy to have one. Well, I'm gonna hit the hay. I will see you the next time I drive the BMW, and that's gonna be out to my parents' house, which is an hour and a half each way. I interrupt this video about a BMW Z4 for a Maruchan rice bowl, Mexican rice review. I mean, it's fine. Probably wouldn't buy again. Hey,
Hardware and Feed, how can I help you?
Hey, a random question. Do y'all carry Fix-A-Flat?
We do. Let me double check.
Okay, thank you.
I do. So I have a couple different versions.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
So I was just calling to a local shop to see if I could save myself a trip into town, because these cars, you might not know, they did not ship with any sort of spare tire solution aside from the tires that were on the car, which were run flat tires. This blows my mind. Run flat tires are not good. They're heavier. I think they might even get worse traction and such. And so everyone, including the previous owner, I believe, doesn't really put them on their car unless they really want to keep it OEM. So I don't have any flat solution on my drive home. So that was my solution. It's gonna be Fix-A-Flat, which is gonna be better than nothing. All right, it is just about time to get off of work, and I'm about to make the hour-and-a-half drive out to my parents to see their house for the last time. They just sold it, and I didn't grow up there, but I did spend probably about 6 months living there after I graduated college, and so I would like to see it one last time. Plus, I'll be able to visit Peach the cat. And just like that, we are ready to go. Sunburn avoidance plan. All right, we are off, and our first stop is the hardware store because I need to get a can of Fix-A-Flat. All right, time to get back on the road. Man, I'm really excited for this drive. I've done this before, and it is a fun one. It is curvy as heck. You can see what I'm talking about. We got about 25 to 30 minutes of that, and the next road's not too shabby either. Well, due to my poor planning, we're gonna have to fill up here in the middle of nowhere in this little town here. Probably gonna cost a fortune, but better than running out of gas, I guess. I'm just hoping they have premium. Kind of a weird system. She just kept my card like I was at a bar or something, and then I'll fill up and go get my card and pay. Side mission, retrieve mother's jacket from work achieved. It's been a while since I've done it, but I do love this drive. It is just so beautiful out here. Only 20 minutes out now. You good kitty. How are you doing? You are so pathetic. Oh, so itchy. You're really becoming an old man. Peach is like 17 years old or something. Oh, you do like these, huh?
Oh, he likes those.
The itchy old man. Peach has always been the friendliest guy. Well, the important thing was visiting the cat, but I'm also gonna go down. There's a creek on the edge of the property. My dad put in this trail down here. And yeah, you can get access to the creek this way. Unfortunately, there aren't really any swimming holes. You could kind of lay down in a hole like that. But it's really neat that he opened up this area. This used to be completely covered in blackberry vines. I remember it took him quite a while to get it cleared out, and he is an industrious guy. Almost forgot to hand off the jacket. Is it a kitty? Getting a drink? Yeah.
Oh, how'd you score this?
What you doing, Peach? Looking around? Oh, well, it's a good time catching up with the parents, of course. And we did actually discover another issue with the BMW. It did not want to unlock on the driver's side with the power locks. We eventually resolved it by just using the key in the lock, and it's still working now, but I hope it continues to do so. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I have quite a bit of flexibility, but I do know we're going to be driving the BMW back out to the cabin in about an hour and a half. Good night. Yeah, sweet kitty. Gotta say goodbye to the old man before we leave. Yeah. Steph wanna drive in a convertible. Oh shit, chat, we are overheating. I guess I'll take it easy for a bit. I did not notice that. It's been rock solid up until this minute. That's not good. Okay, it's dropping pretty quickly, so that's good. I'll have to check the coolant levels, I guess. Hopefully that's not an electronic dipstick. Let's just take it easy for a bit. Oh, geez. I was just driving like really cautiously at like 1,000 RPM, and it still went back up into the red. This could be an actual problem. It does cut power and beep at me when it gets into the red. I don't have any water with me, and the heat's already on full blast. I guess I'll see if I can get up to a place where I can pull over. Well, conventional wisdom is to let it idle while it cools down, but considering that idling isn't working, I think I'm gonna kill it. Oh yes, a BMW in its natural habitat. Well, I don't really know what to do. Like I said, I don't really have any water with me. I guess for now we'll sit here and wait for it to cool down, which is gonna take a while. Yeah, it's already cooled down quite a bit already. Yeah, this is no bueno. I'm glad the car has those protections because I was paying attention to driving, not the coolant temperature. We still have like another 35, 40 minutes to go till we get to the cabin, so this sucks. Well, our cooling fan just turned off, so I guess we're gonna keep driving. I'll try and just keep it in the low rev ranges, and we'll try to pick up some water when we get a chance. Obviously, I hope this is not indicative of a larger issue. You know, I do have the code reader. We might as well check the codes while we're sitting here waiting for it to cool down. Yeah, it's actually already cooled down again. I think it did find a new fault with the engine motor electronics. Digital motor electronics, electrical coolant pump speed deviation. And based on some research I was doing on my phone, it does sound like the electric coolant pump can fail in these. It does say the code is currently absent, but I think we might have a failed electronic coolant pump. I'm gonna erase all the codes and we're gonna try and limp. We are actually at the top of the mountain of the hill here, so we are gonna be going downhill for a while. We will see how far we make it, but I'm also gonna do some research on how hard it is to replace that electronic cooling pump. All right, well, let's see how far we make it. still sitting right in the middle of the coolant gauge. So I've actually killed the car now, and we're just coasting with the car off to try to keep it a little cool. Because like I said, we are going downhill now. Well, we seem to have reached the bottom of the hill. Let's see if it can maintain temperature. I would have thought that the engine light would have come on for that error, but it did not, so I don't know. This is suboptimal. Here I was thinking this was gonna be a boring video. I gotta find another place to pull over. That would also explain why it didn't start cooling down once I stopped driving the car, because water isn't necessarily circulating. But I might have to extend my stay over here. We have like a half hour of normal driving to go. I might have to end up taking some time off work today. It's gonna take us a while. We're gonna have to stop every few minutes to let her cool down. I guess we'll get back on the road. So what I've been doing is I will accelerate for a little bit, and then I'll just turn off the engine and coast for about as long as I can. Right now we're on a downhill, so that's fairly far. And then, well, why did it go back into the red? We are not, the engine is not on. This is not optimal. I might have to call someone to come rescue me. I do think that the issue is intermittent, because I think sometimes it's circulating coolant, but not all the time. Because sometimes it'll cool down, sometimes, oh my god, don't slow down. I'm having to use the brakes. This is not good. Well, I was gonna try and continue to limp it, but my dad says he has the trailer already. He was picking up cabinets, and so he said it's gonna take about an hour, maybe a little longer, but they're gonna come pick me up, put it on the trailer, and then I'll have to do something to try and get the part and swap it in so I can get this thing home. So I did clear the code, but the code for the digital motor electronics electrical coolant pump speed deviation, it is back. So that definitely appears to be our issue here, and that would also track with how the car is behaving, in my opinion. So I think I'm gonna head over to the gas station you see in the background there, grab myself some refreshments, and I guess wait it out. At least I found a shady spot here. I have just noticed the no parking signs behind me. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for that. Meanwhile, I've got the lunch of champions, and now we wait. So in research, it appears that anyone that I get locally at like O'Reilly's or something, it's gonna cost me $400 to $600. I have found one on eBay for under $100. Obviously that means I would need to extend my stay here, but it might be worth it for saving that much money, or at least in the short term. So apparently a company named Pureberg makes the OEM water pump, and I can get one of those directly from Pureberg for about $340. And so I think I'm gonna do that. The water pump obviously isn't something you wanna skimp on. It does also mean that I still have to extend my stay. But I think that's worth saving a little bit of money, plus getting a higher quality part than I'd get from O'Reilly's. All right, let me place the order for the kit with the thermostat and bolts and stuff. It's only a little extra, and I believe the bolts are one-time use, and so we might as well just buy the whole kit with the coolant and everything. This is the same brand, Pureberg. We're gonna be waiting here till Thursday for these parts to come in, unfortunately. That should give me enough time to put them in on Friday or Saturday and then get home the next weekend. So we're basically staying here for an extra week. I'll have to go do laundry, that sort of thing. I think someone might be able to lend me a car. What a hassle. My dad should be here pretty soon. He's gonna definitely be giving me some crap for my typical German car experience. Unfortunately, I've been sitting here long enough that my driver's seat is now in the sun, so I've had to migrate. I mean, I guess if I wanted my first German car experience to be authentic, then I'm getting that, right? From what I hear, the electric ones, they will just do that. They'll just stop. I'm actually just getting some work done here so I don't have to take a full day off, or maybe not even any time depending on how much time I can get in. But I've also been texting around trying to bum a car off of someone for the week so I can get places. We'll see how that goes. All right, I have a plan for wheels for the week. There is a old white pickup that is currently broken. I'm gonna catch a ride in with my grandma to their house where that is, and I'm gonna see if I can get it fixed. If I can, I will be borrowing that for the week. If I cannot, then my grandma's AC is broken right now, and she offered to lend me her car if I can't get the pickup fixed. So that's the plan. I need to go catch that ride right now. We've made it to town. Let me give you the rundown really quick. So this is the old white pickup, and there are a few things that could be wrong with it right now. It could be out of fuel. It has 2 fuel tanks, so one of them might just be out of fuel. And the other thing is that like the fuel pump or something could have gone bad, because I believe my uncle did try spraying some starter fluid or something in it, and it did kind of turn over with that. So somehow it isn't getting fuel. And also I've heard the battery isn't all that strong, so I need to go find the battery tender and try to get it charging. Basically all I'm fixing to try tonight is just putting some fuel in it, if I can find some, and see if it starts. Ah, smells good in here. Ugh. All right, we got it hooked up. So this thing has 2 fuel tanks. Apparently one of the gauges on them works and one of the gauges does not. So there's our fuel gauge. That is reading over full, but that could be the faulty one. Let's swap tanks. So that one says it's at 1/4 of a tank. Like I said, unfortunately, I do not know which one is faulty, but I guess we can see if it starts here. Okay, yeah, that battery is getting pretty weak. No way. Is my uncle just... I mean, we'll have to see if it keeps running. According to the gauge, this tank has 1/4 and the other one is over full, so I'm guessing the other one is broken. Well, I guess I'll throw my things in here, unhook the battery tender, and drive this thing back out there. Seems to be running great. I don't know what was up. I was told it was broken, but it is obviously not. We'll make a stop at the gas station to fill up both tanks first, I guess, but other than that, I think we're good. Well, if it hasn't died yet, I doubt it's out of fuel. I guess I'll kill it and see if it'll start back up. Well, I guess I'll throw my stuff in the truck and we'll get on the road. We're going back out to the cabin tonight. This is a lot easier than I thought it'd be. All right, well, I got my stuff. I guess we're heading out. First stop, gas station, just to be safe. We'll top off both tanks. This truck has the bright switch on the floor, because when you're driving a stick shift with a foot handbrake, you don't already have enough stuff down there, you know? Now I'm gonna turn on the ignition to see if one of the tank that I'm using right now filled up. All right, so it looks like we just filled up the left-hand tank, and the right-hand tank must be the one with the gauge that doesn't work. Let's fill up the right-hand one too, just to be safe. Unfortunately, this is not a pump both sides, so we have to move the truck. No. It just started up like twice. Dude, no way. How did the battery die so quickly, man? Usually if I was driving a vehicle like this, I'd bring a jump pack.
Hi.
Do you happen to know where you might find some jumper cables?
Let's see.
I'm just down at Love's. I just turned it off to fill it up.
Okay. You're right there.
All right, thank you. Well, Grandma found some jumper cables and she is on the way, so she's gonna rescue us, and I think we're just gonna drive out and not shut it off. That's good. I said there it goes. Well, I was gonna fill up the other tank, but considering this one's working and I don't want to turn off the truck, I think we're just gonna rock it with the 1 tank of fuel. Off we go. Hey, that could be us. This thing's a 4-speed, and when you drive on the freeway, you just rev it to the moon. And those are some good headlights. I hope the brights are better. I just settled in behind a semi. I think this is a good speed. I can't help but think the lights are getting dimmer. I do wonder if the battery is shot or if the alternator isn't working. I hope I at least make it to my exit. The lights seem very dim. Dude, I think we're dealing with a bad alternator. lights are way too dim. I'm gonna take this exit here and I'm gonna turn around and see if I can make it back to my grandparents. If I can, great. If I can't, I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna take the back roads though. Actually, no, I'm not, because I don't have any headlights. I gotta take the freeway because I'll be able to see. I've turned off the headlights in hopes that I make it home. I can kind of see where I'm going. I'm driving based off of other people's headlights. This is an experience. Someone's flashing their brake lights at me and it's like, yes, I am aware I don't have any headlights. I can't see anything. I'm glad there's a lot of moonlight tonight. You know, if someone really wanted to help, they'd drive next to me and provide light. Oh, there's the edge of the road. Jesus Christ. I gotta slow down. We are so close now. I didn't think we'd make it this far. Fortunately, I guess these old vehicles, they don't use much power. At least when you have the freaking headlights turned off. And to think I thought this video was gonna be boring. I don't know what it is, but it ain't boring. We don't have far to go now. If we make it, it'll be a miracle. Well, it has been one hell of a day. My BMW broke down. Had to get that towed. I thought I had this thing running great. Turns out the alternator has something to do with the charging circuitry's bad. What a day. We are almost there though. Well, that's on the list of things I never want to do again. I'm gonna go to bed. We'll figure this out tomorrow. I assume if I try and start it right now, nothing will happen. Yep, absolutely no juice. This thing is completely dead. Oh, what an experience. All right, I am gonna get to bed here. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Holy hell. All right, it is a new day, and now it is time to try to figure out why this truck is not charging. Oh well, there's your problem. That belt is loose as heck. Man, if the belt's loose, I'm just wondering what made it go so loose, because I don't want to tighten it and then just have it stretch or something. Let's go get a wrench and tighten it up, I guess. They're nice and tight now. I am wondering if we should just replace this belt though. If I'd been smart, I would have put this thing on here last night to charge it, but let's see if it'll start just right now. The alternator appears to be spinning. Those are definitely brighter than they were. I think that might have been all it was. I guess I'll let that idle and charge and I'll go put away the wrenches. I really am worried about how that happened though. Like, is the belt gonna stretch or whatever else happened gonna happen again? Well, it's still running and the headlights still look bright. I've got some masking tape and Sharpies and we're gonna label the fuel tank that doesn't work. All right, I got my stuff. The headlights are still bright. We are gonna try this again. What speed am I going? Nobody knows! I don't know if you can hear that, but one of the belts is squealing pretty bad. I think I'm gonna pull over when I get a chance to see which belt it is. Well, I don't want to kill the truck because it might not start back up, but I didn't see anything looking too loose. I guess we'll try again. Yeah, it's still squealing. I guess we're just going to try and make it out to the cabin. Just so tiny. Well, we made it. I'll have to see if that belt is loose or something already, because if it is, then that means I need to go get a new one. Well, they're both pretty tight now. I don't know why it was squealing so much. Well, I guess we'll have to see if that goes away, and if not, maybe get some belt dressing. Nonetheless, we appear to have some form of wheels for the week. The part is actually now supposed to get here on Wednesday instead of Thursday, which is very convenient. Well, I guess I'm gonna go help out where I'm needed. If you wanna see if the truck makes it and if the BMW gets fixed, then hit the subscribe button and tune in next week. If you thought it was interesting seeing the struggles of being a new BMW owner, then hit the like button and leave a comment down below if you've had any other BMW struggles your own. That's all I got for you. I will see you again next week. Bye-bye. Boy, daily driving an old pickup with no AC and 90-degree weather is a bit of a commitment, but I'm just glad to have wheels at all, you know? I have been getting wafts of clutch smell. Oh, well, I actually have 4 water pumps.